Okay, so as you can see, this is a topic that's very close to me, as well as something that we use in our everyday life. In the entire magic of storytelling that I will talk to you about, I will cover the entire thing into three simple parts. First, what is storytelling? What is this art? ये concept क्या है? और इतने दिनों से कहाँ से चला आ रहा है? Very importantly, section number 1. Section number 2 will be why is storytelling so important? At work, for our personal lives, where all can it be used? और ये सारे कहानियों का importance क्या है? ये कहानियां बोलने की जरूरत क्या है? Third part, the last part, and mostly the most important part of today, will be explanation of your path to become a storyteller. अगर हमें समझ में आ गया कि what is storytelling, उसके बाद storytelling क्यों important है, उसके बाद ये जरूरी होगा कि हम समझे कि हम भी storyteller बन सकते हैं कि नहीं. So please keep typing your questions as I take you along this journey. Neha will help you to keep coming back to your questions after every section when we finish each section at a time. So let's start, guys. I'll start with a few very important facts that have been there for the concept of storytelling. Did you know that storytelling has been an ancient art? Even before language came in, storytelling has always been there. And therefore, even animals still today would want to use a story in order to tell their friends about something. Also very importantly, we are all storytellers. And funnily enough, we are good at it. The only difference is some people decide to say those stories outside and some people decide to tell those stories to themselves. A lot of time we convince ourselves that we are not good enough. Story. A lot of times we convince the outside world we are good enough. Story. So all of us are already great storytellers. Just that we have to realize that we are. Storytelling uses patterns, and I'll talk about some of those patterns today because it always follows a certain trajectory, a certain ebb and flow. And when you get to know about those patterns and theories today, hopefully all of us will understand why it's such an important art. We are, as a species, guys, are addicted to stories. Imagine, even when the body goes to sleep, the mind stays awake all night, telling itself stories, and that's why we are dreaming. We remember stories, to our surprise, 15 to 22 times more than any other type of information like data and facts. बचपन में आपके मामा, चाचा, मम्मी, दादा, दादी ने जो स्टोरी सुनाया होगा, हो सकता है वो अभी भी आपको याद है. एक भी इंफॉर्मेशन, एक भी डेटा, एक भी फैक्ट आपको याद नहीं होगा जो उस दिन, उस उम्र में आपको सुनाया गया होगा. 85% people feel, this is an important one, 85% people feel, I think I don't have a story that anyone wants to listen to. And as I said before, storytelling tends to influence us deeply. हमारे दिमाग में हमेशा एक कहानी चल रही होती है. Sometimes about our families, sometimes about our lives. So therefore, starting with what is storytelling, our first section of the day. Storytelling is the art to tell stories in order to engage an audience. It's there at work, जैसे कि आप picture में देख रहे हो, where the person is building a story through various small notes that he's made up. It could be at home. We raise children by telling them stories. It could be while we are in our extracurricular activities. It's as integral to us as that. And your story is your first identity. Your first, people remember you through your stories. Some of you might be wondering what are the other two. The other two you already know, our signature and our thumb impression. Signature ऐसे ही हो जाता है, right? You just take your name and just sign. Stories are as integral to us as a signature or a thumb impression, as normal to us. We are always thinking stories. Actually, right from yesteryears, gossiping has been very integral part of this entire storytelling chain. So very simply put, storytelling is the art to tell stories in order to engage an audience. And there are stories all around us, in our families. आप सबको याद होगा, most of our family members would repeat those 3, 4, 5 stories of past a lot of times. जब उन्हें पहली बार प्यार हुआ था, जब उन्हें पहली नौकरी मिली थी, उन्होंने पहली सैलरी के साथ क्या किया था, जब वो एक्सीडेंट हुआ था तब क्या हुआ था, जब कोई हॉस्पिटलाइज हुआ था तब क्या हुआ था, जब हमने घर लिया था तब क्या हुआ था. These are all stories from our families. We introduce our family members to each other through stories. Movies. In fact, हम तो 150, 200, 250, 300 रुपए दे के मूवी देखने जाते. We are so integral to stories that we want to pay to hear a story. And it's there in our day-to-day lives. In fact, some of us, definitely me, are missing going to movie theaters. Thank God for Amazon and Netflix. Falling in love. इससे beautiful story तो हो ही नहीं सकता है. मतलब from our whole existence, we start feeling the impact of a story when we are in love. When we see that person we are in love with, हमें लगता है, oh God, how has God created someone so beautiful? How beautifully does she chew that apple? How beautifully does she smile? सारा story बनने लगता है. And exactly 13 months later, science says that we fall out of love in 13 months. तो वही एप्पल खाने का आवाज या वही स्माइल लगता है ठीक है. एंड अ चाइल्डहुड, जब हम कहते हैं कि हमें बचपन के बारे में क्या क्या याद है, वी रिमेंबर स्टोरीज व्हेन वी बंक्ड अ क्लास, वी रिमेंबर स्टोरीज व्हेन वी गॉट सस्पेंडेड, वी रिमेंबर स्टोरीज जब हमने कोई मैच जीता था. याद नहीं रहता है हमें कितने नंबर आए थे फिजिक्स में क्लास 7th में, रेयरली याद होगा, बट 7th का वो कहानी जरूर याद होगा. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you through all these examples are, the more emotionally invested we are, we become less critical and less observant. प्यार में और कुछ, love is blind बोला जाता है. Similarly for movies, we get completely sucked into the movie that we are watching. And because we become less critical and less observant, storytelling is considered as a skill that can help you get decisions from people, that can help you move mountains, that can help you sell brands, that can help you build organizations, that can help you crack interviews. Because if you're telling a story, the person is more interested in the story than the facts that you're trying to present. This brings me to the theory of a story. As in most of my sessions, I would always normally have a theory that explains the concept. A story follows a very simple theory, and I'll explain you through a movie. The first part, there are 3 parts to a story theory. The first part is the character, the setting. The character or the setting is Raj fell in love with Simran. They were in Paris. Veer fell in love with Zara while Veer saved his life. Heer fell in love with Ranja. Or in this case, Ranbir Kapoor in the film Tamasha is a normal office-going person. That's the character or the setting. He wakes up in the morning, brushes his teeth, wears a nice shirt, wears a tie, and then goes to office. Character, setting, first part of the story. Then comes the conflict. Now, conflict is the point where the hero of the story, the protagonist of the story, faces a problem. कुछ गड़बड़ होता है. As you remember in the movie Tamasha, and you can see in this scene where his own girlfriend says that no, you're not the same person that I knew or I had met in our Europe trip. And then there is this conflict. He sits in an auto and understands that the auto wala should have been a singer and actually not an auto rickshaw driver. Do you remember this scene where he actually realizes the importance of this particular situation. And then there is a fight within himself, there is a conflict within himself that is present in mostly all stories. And then eventually comes the resolution. So he moves from हम से तोहरी बतिया कह के वक्त बितावे है, खुद ही हंसते खुद ही रोते खुद ही खुद को मनावे है, to a situation where he resolves the story because he understands he's a storyteller himself. The conflict is gone. The laughing and crying with himself stops, and that happens in all stories that you see around us. There is a theory. There is a character, there is a conflict, and then there is a resolution. Look at Joker. There is a character. He's sad, he's always depressed. All sad things of the world happen in his life. And then he moves to the conflict, where he's confronted with people who make fun of him, who actually bring him to his knees. And eventually he becomes the Joker that we all know. Even in very, very famous movies, you follow the same structure. You see the same character, Rang De Basanti, we all remember, all 5, 6 friends, they are in love with each other. Then comes the conflict, where one of the protagonists die. All of them realize this is not right. We need to stand. We need to have the same voice. And then comes the resolution. So guys, the theory is pretty simple. Without a conflict, there is no story. बहुत rarely होता है, hero falls in love with heroine, boy loves girl, girl loves boy, and they live happily ever after. ऐसा कोई story normally हमने नहीं सुना है. And therefore, a conflict is important, which is the basic premise of a story. Your story, the stories that you want to tell the world, also would normally follow a same structure. It has been the same before, and it stays like this always. Moving on, storytelling also helps us in a lot of different hormonal changes that happens in our own bodies. Let me explain the first hormone through a story that I remember. And guys, this is one of the most scariest story of my life. This is a moment where I realized we are very, very vulnerable. Anytime anything can happen. So this is a time when Palak, my life partner, and I were in Paris. We had gone for a vacation, and all our family members had said that it's a beautiful place, but just be very careful because there are a lot of different people from all across the world, and it's not safe. There are a lot of crime news that we keep hearing, and we thought, ठीक है, crime तो ठीक है, हमें क्या होगा? So we reached Paris, and I remember that day we had gone to Disneyland, and we were returning from Disneyland. We missed our bus, and we had to take the Paris metro train. पहली बार गए थे तो एक मेट्रो ट्रेन खुद से लेने के पहले भी लगता है कि सही स्टेज प्लेटफॉर्म में तो चढ़ रहे, सही जगह तो जाएंगे. So we took the metro train, and while we were coming back, सारे सीट्स भरे हुए थे. तो हमें खड़ा रहना पड़ा, like a lot of Delhi और कोलकाता metro trains. And हम जहाँ खड़े थे, हमारे exactly opposite में there was this dark, tall guy, very hefty guy, who was constantly staring at this young girl who was, I think, in her early 20s. She was wearing a blue dress, I clearly remember. And she was already noticing this tall, dark guy constantly staring at her. It was making Palak and I also very uncomfortable, because he was constantly looking at her. The girl actually eventually got up and started moving away from that situation and location, and the dark guy started following her, and we couldn't see what happened after that. We were actually shit scared. It was not something that is normal, and we got down from the metro. We walked till our hotel. And when we reached the hotel room, in fact, I remember we ordered paneer, some paneer dish. there. And when we reached our hotel, Palak said that she's feeling ill. She has fever, and asked me to get medicines from the nearest medicine shop. So I think it was around 10:30. I got up for getting the medicine. I got those paracetamols, gave him around €1.5, and started walking back. And from the corner of my eye, I realized that there are 2 or 3 people who are staring at me. And I still have goosebumps, guys, and I'm sharing this story. I started walking briskly, and I realized that they are also following me at the same speed. And it was 10:30 at night. I started walking a little more faster, and they almost started running towards me. And I was running, I was sweating, and one of those guys, he was wearing a black shirt. If I remember correctly, one of those guys shouted at me, "Hey, you!" I turned back. He took out something. It was dark. Obviously, I couldn't see clearly, but it looked like a weapon. He took out something and came very fast towards me and said, "What if I don't tell you what he said?" How many of you want to know what he said? Can I have a quick chat box reply?
So yes, Devojit, yeah, there are a lot of replies. Almost everybody is intrigued, into the story, and they all are curious as to what was the, final outcome of it. And some of them are also curious about the fact that you remember the color of the dress. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's still a very strong memory, guys. So I'm not going to tell you what he said because that's not the point. The point is, guys, right now what you experienced was the release of the hormone dopamine. Dopamine is a hormone that helps you to focus, helps you to remember stories through memory. When you hear a story that's interesting, that's exhilarating, and that's the first hormone that that all of you experienced. Let's move to the second hormone. The second hormone is oxytocin. And for this particular hormone, I am going to share a very, very short video that I hope you will, all of you will like. Let me just put on the video. Is my screen visible, Neha?
Yeah. Yes, it's clearly visible.
या अल्लाह, आज सलीम का पहला रोजा कबूल फरमा और इसे सलामती अता कर। आमीन। जी?
दुआ है एक सदिया जिससे सुनता खुदा, दुआ है एक सदिया जिससे सुनता खुदा, निम्ते बरसाता हो, निम्ते बरसाता हो, वो ना तुझसे जुदा, दुआ है एक सदिया जिससे सुनता खुदा, दुआ है एक सदिया। बेटा
सलीम, आदिल, तुम इलाज के लिए जा रहे हो ना? मेरी सलामती की दुआ। मगर ये तुम रख लो। आमीन। मुझसे पहले तू, मुझसे पहले तू, मेरे दुआओं में रखता है तुझको ही किसा के इजहार में अगर दाग लग जाए तो दाग तो अच्छे हैं, सर्फ एक्सेल दाग तो अच्छे हैं। Yeah, so if you realize, guys, what happened during this story, the brand is trying to sell Surf Excel, a detergent that we use in our daily lives, as simple as that. But what has... अरे, इसने खाया नहीं? Just give me a moment. बहू, हमने सहरी कर ली? जी अम्मी, कर ली है।
In fact,
So,
I believe Riddhi says that, you know, Surf Excel has been using a lot of such stories recently. So, yeah.
yeah, I agree, Riddhi. You're absolutely right. And this particular hormone that you would have experienced in this particular time, which is trust, which is love, which is bonding, which is empathy, stands for oxytocin. Now, this therefore is one of the most important hormones also that helps the teller as well as the listener. The last one, of course, is endorphin. This helps you in humor, in laughter, in relaxation, in creativity, which is another very important hormone that helps all of us. So, guys, in the what is storytelling, one very important thing to remember is it's not just imagination. There are real things happening in your body when storytelling happens, which is dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphin. So importantly, what you need to remember is, what are your stories of oxytocin, endorphin, and dopamine? Different situations might need different stories on your behalf. So you might want to evoke empathy for yourself. For example, when you're going for trying to sell a brand which is empathetic, or when you're actually going for an oxytocin, going for an appraisal discussion. So that's when oxytocin stories will kind of help you. You want to increase focus. There are 500 people sitting in the room and you're addressing them. A dopamine story helps you. You are sitting in a social party, a gathering, an endorphin story helps you. So you need to find out what are the stories in your life that stands for each one of these feelings, and therefore categorize those stories. So this is the first section. Yeah, I'm okay to take questions if there are any.
Yeah, so Samarth asked that, you know, how can we improve this, you know, our storytelling skills?
Great question, Samarth. We are going to cover it in section 3. That's the purpose of the session today. And I'm going to tell you very, very finer details about how you can improve your storytelling skills.
Yeah, and then Anisha asked that, you know, how can we include all the 3 hormones in one single story? Is it possible to do that?
Absolutely, a lot of movies do that. Don't you remember movies जहाँ पे हमें रोना भी आया, जहाँ पे हमें बहुत हंसना भी आया, and there was a lot of focus in those action scenes when we were scared कि oh shit, hero ना मर जाए. So movies do that in front of our eyes every day.
Yeah, and then, you know, Srinivas had a question well before that. He was asking, is it important to be emotionally connected while we narrate a story, or, you know, when we form our own story?
Very important question, this, and I'll cover it in the third section. But if you're not emotionally connected to that story yourself, if you don't have any stakes, then why do you think the audience will have any stakes in your story? So very importantly, it is very critical that the teller is emotionally connected.
Yeah, that's all about the questions.
Yeah, I'll move on to the second section, guys, which is on the why of storytelling. Storytelling so अच्छा तो लग रहा है, but कहाँ मैं use कर सकता हूँ? First, guys, many of you are in sales, business development, or in some corporate role. Storytelling becomes an integral part of selling and business development. Every new business or company or a brand has a story. आप लोगों ने गुरु देखा होगा अभिषेक बच्चन का, जहां उन्होंने रिलायंस का स्टोरी बताया था. You would have seen Social Network, where the story talks about the starting of Facebook. I have worked in organizations where the founders have repeatedly told the stories of how it started. अगर आप कोई प्रोडक्ट बेचने भी वाले हो, वो बेचते वक्त ये बहुत जरूरी है कि आप उसका स्टोरी बताओ कि how did this product come in. Ratan Tata tells the story that he started Tata Nano because he saw 4 people on a scooter in Jamshedpur and thought that इन चारों के पास अगर इसी दाम में गाड़ी होता तो क्या बात होती. There are stories about a very, very famous organization which sells mixer grinders, where the owner says that I decided to sell mixer grinders जब मैंने अपने माँ का हाथ पकड़ा और देखा कि उनके हाथ बहुत रफ हो गए पिछले इतने सालों से खाना बना के और इतने सारे मशीन्स यूज कर इतने सारे हाथ से सारा चीज करके. Similarly, whatever you're trying to sell will have a story. The story is going to connect to the customer and the client, and therefore they are going to trust you more if you're trying to sell it with a story. Google does it every day. In fact, Mr. Sundar Pichai launches every product for Google through a story. I was seeing his last company launch. He was talking about a story how Google actually made a change. Yeah, this particular product can make a change in their lives. Where he was, it was the Google Assistant product, where he was telling the Google Assistant, please schedule a haircut for me on Wednesday. And the Google Assistant replies that, yes, sir, please tell me, do you want to go to, let's say, Saket or Malviya Nagar in Delhi? He says, no, I want to go to Malviya Nagar and 6 o'clock would be a good time. Sir, do you want to choose between these two vendors? And then eventually they decide on a haircut, something that's very important these days. So story helps you in selling what you want to sell, in building a corporate image. A lot of organizations also talk about stories that they're using from time to time. Second important thing is something I just showed you. Stories help you in marketing and advertising. Surf Excel is an ad that I showed you. Daag achhe hain. Cadbury's Dairy Milk has been playing with our emotions forever. All their ads will have a story. And you remember the Vodafone Hutch Pug ad, where again there is a story we follow wherever you go, you and I in this beautiful world. Marketing and advertising has been again having stories from a long time. Why? Because storytelling can form a very powerful strategy or tool for evoking emotions. Ensuring that you keep the story consistent across all mediums also becomes important, which is part of the marketing and the advertising brand that people build. Of course, you might be surprised to know that organizations have started using storytelling as a very important tool in increasing the employee efficiency. The person that you can see on your right is Miss Julie Rome. Miss Julie Rome is the chief storytelling officer of this organization, big technology giant called SAP. Organizations are actually hiring people in a new role, which is with the CEO, called the CSO, Chief Storytelling Officer. She helps 65,000 people in SAP tell their own stories, and that's how they sell the software. So you're essentially giving your employees a greater sense of purpose. Stories about the struggles of the company, stories about the achievements of the company, how Amazon or a Facebook or an Apple started in a garage, Google even, and how then they became big, are all inspiring stories that organizations are now telling their employees and encouraging employees to share their stories with customers, both the companies as well as their own personal stories. Storytelling becomes very important in interviews. A lot of us feel कि जब सामने वाला हमें पूछता है, okay, Debojit, please tell a little bit about yourself. We start telling about our CV. Sir, my name is Debojit. I have done my engineering from NIT Rourkela. Post that, I did my marketing MBA from SPJ in Mumbai. And post that, I worked for 7 years in Hindustan Times, then 2 years in Exceed, and now sitting in front of you, sir. What you're telling is just summarizing your CV जो already उसके पास है. What he is actually asking you is a story of your experience. How that experience makes you the right candidate for the job. Sir, I've traveled to all parts of India in my last professional experience and met all kinds of schools, clients, customers, which has made me understand what clients and customer need is all about. Sir, I have managed teams of more than 150 people who would be from various languages, who would be having different strengths and weaknesses, which makes me understand that my team is more important than me myself. Sir, I've worked in the education, the media, and then in the automobile, auto tech space. And therefore, I understand how different products and businesses work with each other. Sir, I've worked in startups also and I've worked in big organizations also, which makes me appreciate the fact of both processes and chaos. And that's why I think I'm the right person for this job. That's the story that you're selling. And that becomes much more gripping for the interviewer than the summary of your resume. Tell about a time you made a mistake. We tend to go into the data and facts of that mistake. Stories should have lesser facts, should have more feelings. And best stories are stories of failures. If you hear the big leaders that you have heard them speaking, they all share failure stories. In fact, they learn from failure stories. Tell about a challenge you faced at work and how you overcame it. The great project story. Maybe that project or product never came up. The organization tried that product for 1 year, 2 years. You were the chief guy who were trying that product, but then it failed. That story you can narrate while saying the challenge that you faced at work and how that product or project has helped you overcome it. Tell about a time you showed leadership. What changed on that day? How did your conscience help in changing the entire situation on that day? And the COVID Corona times are no better time of forming stories of leadership, forming stories where you have actually gone out of your way and stood by your team members. Tell about a time, tell something that you're passionate about. Again, a story. Those moments when you followed your heart, followed your hobbies. Don't just say, I'm passionate about singing, sir. I'm passionate about traveling, sir. When you say about passionate about, sir, I love traveling so much that when my leg got stuck while trying to climb that mountain in Kilimanjaro hill at minus 20 degrees centigrade, I was not scared because something inside me said that I will come out of this situation. It's a story which actually shows your passion. Otherwise, when you say, sir, I like reading, they say, what is the last book you have read? Because they are not engaged in your answer. And they want to be engaged and therefore asking you a story. So interviews obviously is a great occasion. Presentation of your lifetime. And this is something that I'm moving from professional to the personal world, where you are proposing to the love of your life. You're proposing someone for marriage. You will normally not go and say, right, I'm 27 years old and I think I'm in love with you and I have not been able to sleep for the last 3-4 nights. Why don't you marry me? You will normally want to tell a story, a very short story of why you think she's the most or he's the most special person in your life. That presentation to that those board members or investors. एक बार मौका आता है life में when all senior guys are sitting in front of you और आपके पास 15 minutes है उनको impress करने के लिए. A story comes in handy. Story, in this case, backed with data. When you're presenting data wrapped in a story. That elevator pitch, when you got stuck with the CEO for 30 seconds and the lift is going from the first ground floor to the 15th floor. तुम्हें पता है कि CEO के सामने तुम्हारे पास 30 सेकंड है. जो भी तुम बोलोगे, शायद उसी से CEO तुम्हें हमेशा के लिए याद रखेगा. Do you have a short story, very small one, of how the organization is making a change and how you saw that change happening with your customers, clients? Coaching and leadership development. जैसे मैंने शुरू में बताया, raising kids is nothing but coaching. So as father and mother, you don't know how to tell stories. बच्चे को तुम पढ़ाई नहीं कर पाओगे. Even at office, when you're trying to influence a team member, when you're trying to gain leadership, you have to tell stories. All great leaders do. Abraham Lincoln says, in order to win a man to your cause, you must first reach his heart. The great high road to his reason. Steve Jobs says the most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. He sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation that is to come. So if you're aspiring to become a great leader, a great manager, you need to have those oxytocin, endorphin, and dopamine stories with you. That will grip the audience, that will keep the audience together. And most importantly, storytelling tends to change the teller more than the listener. I had a very close friend who lost a leg right in his childhood due to an accident that happened while he was trying to play. And obviously, it's a very, very sad occasion. His parents encouraged him to tell the story again and again and again and again of how he lost the leg. And every time they used to tell him, now tell your friends or tell whomever you're telling the story, how you lost the leg and how it affected you. Next time, say how you lost the leg and how it affected your parents. Next time, say how you lost the leg and how it affected your teachers. Next time, say how you lost the leg and how it affected your friends. After he narrated this story some 20, 30, 40, 60, 100 times, he started finding strength in the story. He actually started saying, I lost a leg, I was unhappy for 2-3 days, and then I realized all my friends have to go to school. All my friends have to study the things they don't want to study. But I can read the books I want. I can actually watch whatever I want. I can write because that's what I love doing. He started saying that I lost the leg, but I could see my parents extremely strong in that situation and supporting me. He started saying, I remember my science teacher who supported me when I lost the leg. And over a period of time, he's now a good writer. He writes books. He has some famous books already. Over a period of time, he started appreciating the fact that thank God I lost the leg. That's why maybe I'm the writer that I am today. Otherwise, maybe I would have become an engineer or maybe a doctor or a lawyer like everyone else without going against my heartfelt wishes. So storytelling, guys, a lot of time changes the teller more than the listener. And that brings me to the end of section 2. Why storytelling? May I, if there are any questions you can?
Yeah, so Debojit, I can see the audience, they are so involved in it. So as in when you're narrating the stories, there are emotions that are very evident, and there are some examples of great stories like Fevicol, as they say. Fevicol has some really nice stories which we can relate to as customers, and then Riddhi says that how the loyalty of customers has increased towards a brand just because they are able to connect with them more. There's one question from Srinivas again. He says that sometimes, it's not some stories, it's not necessary that we connect with the story emotionally every time. So how can we improve it?
Srinivas, normally if you're not connected to the story emotionally, it's better that you don't say it and choose a story that actually you are connected to. That's a broad suggestion. But otherwise also it's if there is a story that you think that is actually bring a difference to the person who's going to listen to it, you can bring in emotions by imagining, adding 1 or 2 points that maybe has not happened with you at that point, but now more as a third party are able to experience those emotions.
Yeah. And then Riddhi says that what if I'm scared of the judgments that come from a story,
Riddhi, beautiful question. 85% people don't share their stories because they feel they'll get judged. The good part, Riddhi, that most of us don't realize, and I also realized this week while I was reading about it, is people actually want to know the real you. They are least interested in your degrees, in your certificates, in your job designations, in the salaries. They are more interested in who are you, who you are. What are those fears you have? What are those struggle moments that you have had? What are the weak moments that you have had? What is the time when you made a lot of people happy, when you helped a lot of people? So your stories are actually what they're waiting for. Whether you believe it or not, that's the truth. And I think they will judge you positively. They will actually start having higher respect for you when you share your stories.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Debojit, Shiva says that this is one of the best webinars that he has been attending, in all this while. So, yeah. So, Anpreet, there's just one last question that I would like to, take. Yeah. How to differentiate an original or a fake story?
Why do you want to? Interesting one. Interesting one. See, guys, like religion, do we know whether Mahabharata or Ramayana, every part of it originally happened or not? It has been told for centuries. And when we tell one thing to our friend or sister or brother or mother, that person tells it to someone else and something changes in that story. Imagine a story that has been told for centuries. We don't even know whether it's original or fake. Or for all the history that we hear of people. But stories are important for what we carry back after hearing them. What are we learning from those stories? So as long as there is a takeaway, it should matter. Yeah, Neha, thank you. I'll move on and we'll come back at the end. Most gripping, important part of the session is how to become a storyteller. I think Samarth was asking it कि ये सब तो ठीक है, but मैं बनूं कैसे? मैं जब भी कुछ बोलता हूँ तो बड़ा बोरिंग सा लगता है. मैं खुद हंस रहा होता, बाकी लोग नहीं हंसते. So guys, becoming a storyteller is not very complex. It's very simple. Or you already know the structure about a character, then the conflict, and then the resolution. You first need to know आपको किस तरह का storyteller बनना है, right? All of us know different type of storytellers. First are the ones who persuade. These are the sales people. These are the business people. These are sometimes even our leaders who tell stories to persuade. You can tell stories to inspire, right? These are all our let's say the freedom fighters. These are our Mr. Modi also sometimes. These are our CEOs. Then you can tell stories to start revolutions. What is a revolution? Obviously, the different freedom fights that you would have seen. These are stories that you are sharing in order to start revolutions. You can tell stories to tap into someone's potential. All of us know these guys जिनसे सुन के लगता है they are changing me. Something is happening inside me and someone is tapping into my potential. हम सबके साथ ये हुआ है. I've had great managers and leaders in my life who have tapped into my potential. You can become that storyteller. And there are people who use stories to manipulate. Manipulate sometimes is used in the wrong sense. There is a positive connotation also in order to how you're using stories to help your child go to sleep. You're using stories to really bring in energy and motivation by using a certain example from day-to-day life. So first decision is what kind of a storyteller do I want to become? Or we varieties ho sakte hain, and I'm taking the most prevalent ones. Secondly is you need to know the elements of a great story. And this is for everyone. एक story में क्या क्या elements होते हैं? First is body language. If you are telling a story और आप खुद ही मरे हुए हो, then कोई नहीं सुनेगा वो story. So body language is important. Body language where you're actually using your hands, legs, your facial expressions. I have been with people who have actually cried while telling a story because they're actually feeling it. When I was telling you the Paris story, I was actually having goosebumps. So body language is a critical one. Second is timing. You need to know what to say when. Most of the Hindi movies, if you see, starts with the last scene. And then the flashback starts. They could have also shown the flashback from the beginning, but it would have been a boring start, right? Boy going around in his village or in his city, then sees a girl falls. It's boring. But when they see the end, where the boy is getting killed by a group of 4-5 people while the girl watches helplessly, then they want to know the start also. अच्छा बताओ शुरू से क्या हुआ था? I remember चंद्रकांता जो आता था, हमेशा शुरू में चंद्रकांता की कहानी में शुरू में दिखाते थे प्रॉब्लम्स क्या क्या हो गए और फिर दिखाते थे प्यार कैसे हुआ. All great stories are like that. Timing becomes important. Third, guys, in becoming a great storyteller is the ebb and flow. स्टोरी में इसको चाइनीज में यिंग एंड यांग कहते हैं. स्टोरीज में एब एंड फ्लो होना जरूरी है. कभी पीसफुल, कभी टेंशन, कभी आपको सैड लगेगा, कभी आपको बहुत खुशी होगा. So that ebb and flow is important. It can't be a same pitch in your story. Anticipation, very important one in a story. Are you waiting for something to happen? I was seeing Patal Lok 2 days back. मैं रात भर जाग के मैंने वो सीरीज देख लिया. Throughout the series, there is anticipation. What is going to happen? Who is this Master Ji? For example, every time something new is coming up. Details. I think Neha rightly pointed out, I still remember the blue dress that girl was wearing in that metro train in Paris. Details helps the listener get more grip to the story. Any good book that you would have read has a lot of details. Who was there? It helps in feeding your imagination. आप वो सीन इमेजिन करने लग जाते हो जब आपके पास डिटेल्स होता है. Energy, very important. You can't be low on energy when you're telling a story to someone. एनर्जी होना बहुत जरूरी है. और लास्ट क्लाइमैक्स, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि क्लाइमैक्स क्या होने वाला है. Because if you don't know the climax and you're telling the story, after a point you will confuse the audience. Knowing the climax also helps you in building up the story, क्योंकि एंड में वो होने वाला है और आप ऑडियंस को वो दे नहीं रहे हो, रोक रहे हो. So climax is another very, very important one in a story that you want to share. Some very, very important elements of a great story. Also, 5 very important tips on storytelling. Firstly, prepare, but don't be too prepared. आप जब कहानी बताते हो अपने भाई या बहन को, तो नॉर्मली आप याद करके तो नहीं जाते हो, और क्या हंस हंस के, या अपने दोस्तों को क्या हंस हंस के खुश होके बताते हो कहानी. So very important, guys, prepare, but don't be too prepared when you're telling a story. थोड़ा बहुत modification चलता है, उसी में मजा ज्यादा आता है. आप बीच में हंसोगे, वो सामने वाला हंसेगा, या डर लगेगा, रोना आएगा. Harry Potter, when you're hearing the story, you know something is going to happen, and therefore there is always this tension. Second is name the names. Many people say my cousin used to do this particular thing, and therefore मेरे मामा का बेटा ने फिर ये कहा, फिर मेरे दोस्त के दोस्त ने ऐसा किया. Doesn't build a connect. But in place of that, if you say my cousin Rahul that day was sitting with me in the coffee shop, and it was the cafe coffee day in Connaught Place, and at that time my friend Shatrughan came in, and he started saying, oh God, do you know there was a bomb scare outside, just outside gate number 4 of the metro train. Name the names where you're actually taking names of people builds more connect in the story. If you feel if you take a name that person will get offended, you're more than welcome to change the name. Most authors do that in their stories, but they still take the name. Chetan Bhagat doesn't write a book saying ki I will not name him because he'll feel bad. He maybe changes the name. But naming the name is a very important tip of storytelling. This is my favorite one. Start at the beginning, end at the end. What this means is a lot of people tell stories 5-10 minute बोल लेते हैं. They'll talk for about 5 to 10 minutes and then they will say, अब कहानी शुरू होगा. Now the story is going to start. भाई अब कहानी शुरू होगा तो 5-10 मिनट क्या कर रहे थे? And as a listener you feel यार मेरे 5-10 मिनट ऐसे ही बिता दिया. Similarly, बहुत सारे लोग एक स्टोरी खत्म करते हैं. टेंशन होता है, एक्शन होता है, हॉरर होता है, दुख होता है. स्टोरी खत्म हुआ, you're breathing a sign of relief, catharsis. अच्छा चलो, thank God, पता चल गया क्या होना था, क्या हुआ. उसके बाद वो एक पॉज लेते हैं और कहते हैं, now I will tell you the moral of the story. Don't do that. If you have told a good story, the audience will understand the moral of the story themselves. And if they don't understand the moral of the story you want to give them, maybe they will understand the moral of the story that they want to take from the story, which is even better. Don't underestimate the audience by moralizing the story at the end. So start at the beginning, end at the end, and let the story do the magic. Don't add anything. Have moments of tension. In any story, guys, very important to have moments of tension. This is the conflict. This is the problem that comes in, something that you cannot miss. Last is don't offend your audience. Now I was in this team session where I was meeting all my team members. There were around 30-40 of them in my last organization. And in one of the things, while I was telling them a story, I told them, guys, while you're trying to sell your product, don't joke if you can't joke, because तुम में से किसी को joke करना आता तो है नहीं, you are not humorous. इसीलिए don't joke. Now, although some of them laughed, I could see about 6-7 of them feeling bad. ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया सर ने कि हमें joke करना नहीं आता. And post that they were not listening. वो यही सोचते रह गए कि हमें joke करना क्यों नहीं आता. So don't offend your audience unless absolutely necessary for the story. You will have to keep your audience with you when you're telling a story. Now coming to things you can't miss. Some of the things that absolutely are not something that you can miss while telling a story. First, to have a great first line. अब कोई भी story सुना रहे हो, पहला line boring होगा, तो data says about 35% audience वहीं lose हो जाएगा. So आप याद कीजिए, बर्फी जब शुरू होता है, even before showing the movie, something like a picture शुरू करके गाना शुरू होता है. If you have seen the movie Barfi by Ranbir Kapoor. So having a great first line in a story, in a movie, in your stories, in your sales pitches becomes very important. This is something you can't miss. Second is to have some stakes. I think Siddharth or someone asked this question from the audience, Srinivas, that what if I'm not connected? If you're not connected, better not choose that story, because it's important that in your story you have something to gain or lose. You need to have some stakes in your story. Otherwise, it's not as attractive as it should be. Also, it's very important to know your story well enough. You can't miss not knowing your story. It can't happen that तुम बोलते बोलते भूल गए कि हाँ बीच में क्या हुआ था याद नहीं. If you know your story well enough, you can actually have fun also, because you know the climax, you know the tension lines, you know the laughter lines. तो बताते वक्त भी तुम्हें पता है ऑडियंस को पकड़ के कैसे रखना है, क्योंकि तुम्हें इतने अच्छे से अपना स्टोरी पता है. It's not about being over prepared to tell the story. It's about knowing the story well enough. Don't forget to build common ground. Many people forget to build common ground. I was seeing this short video on YouTube where there was this beggar written a small note beside him and kept it there while he was begging. Note में लिखा हुआ था, I am blind, please help me. Now, पूरे दिन में I think he collected some 5-6 coins, and therefore things as usual was not going great for him. Then there was this lady who comes, takes his paper, turns it and writes something else and keeps it there. जैसे ही वो लेडी वो रख के जाती है, lot of people start giving him coins, notes. In fact, over the day, he earns in thousands. So when the lady comes back at the end of the day, the beggar asks, what did you write? Because my life's changed. You wrote something I couldn't see, but my life has completely changed. I've earned in thousands. This is something I earned in a year that I've earned in one day today. The lady held his hand and said, I wrote the same thing that you had written, but just in a different language. And then in the advertisement, it shows the lady had written, it's a beautiful day and I can't see it. What that very short story did is, from sympathy, it moved to empathy. This is building a common ground. इससे पहले था वो अंधा है, पैसा मांग रहा है. अब हो गया इतना सुंदर दिन है, हमें दिख रहा है, उससे नहीं दिख रहा है. So building a common ground becomes a very critical part that you can't miss in order to connect with the audience. Inducing a feeling. अब आपके स्टोरी में कोई तो फीलिंग इंड्यूस होना चाहिए. ऐसा fear, pity, it could be empathy, it could be catharsis. Catharsis basically means when you feel relieved after a lot of tension. बहुत सारे स्टोरीज में ये होता है, जरूरी नहीं है हो ही हो, बट कुछ अगर नहीं है तो कैथार्सिस एटलीस्ट हो. Introducing the power of contrast. Introducing the power of contrast basically means you're asking your listener to imagine a world जो आज के डेट में नहीं है. Dove does a lot of that. जब Dove का कैंपेन शुरू हुआ, तब तक women used to wake up in the morning and see the mirror and think, oh God, I'm not beautiful. Someone on that ad is beautiful. Someone in Bollywood or Hollywood is beautiful. Someone in that magazine is beautiful, but I am not beautiful. Dove introduced the concept of imagine a world where you are beautiful. And if you remember the Dove ads, it introduces the power of contrast. By mentioning the world today is bad, imagine a world once upon a time is introducing the power of contrast. मतलब आज क्या होता है अलग है, once upon a time क्या होता था. Me and my very close friend used to do it by just saying सोच बोलने के बाद हम 2 मिनट हंसते थे क्योंकि पता नहीं उसने कुछ सोचा मैंने कुछ सोचा. This is the power of contrast that we introduce in stories. Very important. How you say something is much more important than what you say. All the teachers that you love from your childhood are basically on how they say something. My favorite subject was history because of the teacher in how she taught history. And when I changed school and went to a different school, it stopped being my favorite subject. Again, because of the teacher, although the subject was same. And last is the power of vocabulary. Very important. If you're a storyteller, you need to have very strong vocabulary. I have a very young nephew. I think I meet him very rarely. He's in class 6th. अब मैं उसे KFC या McD ले जाता हूँ और बोलता हूँ कैसा लगा, कहता है वाओ ऑसम. उसे मैं कहीं घुमाने ले जाता हूँ बढ़िया जगह पे, पूछता हूँ कैसा लगा, कहता है वाओ ऑसम. तो पिछले साल क्लास में फर्स्ट आया था. फर्स्ट आने के बाद मैंने उसे पूछा कैसा लग रहा है फर्स्ट आके, कहता है वाओ ऑसम. Imagine he will one day fall in love. He will get his first job. He will maybe look into someone's eyes and get lost. And then when I ask him kaisa lag raha hai, what will he say? Wow, awesome. Power of vocabulary is very important when you are trying to build a story. जितना ज़्यादा आपका vocabulary होगा, you will use the right words for the right situation. And therefore it's a very important tool. So in my last slide, guys, many people ask, where do I build stories from? I think there are stories everywhere around you, your own life, where you have to kind of reflect on your own lives. What is the proudest moment of my life? Story. What is the biggest failure of my life? Story. Your organization, projects that did not see the day of light, successful products, that great manager, that bad manager, your the world around you. You could see the COVID-19 picture from the very beginning in this slide. That's a story. Imagine आज से 5 साल बाद, 10 साल बाद आप सिर्फ कहानियों की तरह बताओगे इसे. कोविड आया था, बाप रे ये हो गया, वो हो गया, मैंने ऐसे झेला, तुमने ऐसे झेला, किसी और ने ऐसे झेला. उस वक्त वेस्ट बंगाल में स्टॉर्म भी आ गया था. उस वक्त आंध्र प्रदेश विजयवाड़ा में गैस ब्लास्ट भी हो गया था. उस वक्त पाकिस्तान में प्लेन क्रैश भी हो गया था. Even if something has happened 1 or 2 days back, it's still a story. And therefore, wonderful stories always, remember, happen to people who tell them well. Because stories are all around us. And it's about how we choose them. And if the hard fact has to be believed, in the end, after this lifetime of ours, we'll all become stories. And now, when we talk about our grandmothers or their fathers or their parents, we don't talk about the degrees, the achievements. We talk about them as a story. This is what they used to do. This is what they're famous for. And therefore, you have to remember what is the story the world will remember you for, which stays back and everything else goes away. Thank you, guys. Wonderful taking you through this session. It's a topic that's very close to me also. I'm very happy to answer whatever questions, Sneha, that have come.
Yeah. So, Debujit, again, a lot of questions flowing in, but because we are short of time, so we'll just take a few. Yeah. So, Riddhi says that, does this art of storytelling, does it relate to the type of personal brand that we need to create for ourselves?
Very good question again, Riddhi. Absolutely correct. You have attended the personal branding session. Your story has to be connected to your personal brand, your stories for that matter. And therefore, you should think of more oxytocin, dopamine, endorphin stories that are more close to your personal brand. That will bring in consistency across all mediums. One thing is to say कि personal brand banana hai, but if you have great stories to back it up with, it becomes even more strong. Jane.
Thank you.
Then Atul says that whether language plays a barrier in conveying our emotions or stories effectively to people.
Atul, if you know what communication means, 55% communication is body language. 38% communication is the tone of your voice, just the tone on how you're saying it. Only 7% are words. So yes, language is important, but only 7% important. What communication or communicating a story actually is your body language and your tone. 7% yes, language plays a role.
Yeah, and lastly, Debojit, so to sum it up, Riddhi was curious about the climax that happened in your story as you were reiterating about it. So
Yeah, so I'll end with the climax. No worries for everyone else also. But guys, there are a lot of questions that have already come up on the chat box. I would request maybe Neha to just copy those questions so that later we can answer them on LinkedIn. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is, as you know, Debojit Sen. Just send me a connection request and I'll add you to my LinkedIn connections. And I will answer all the questions that you have put on the chat box today on that platform. I'll just immediately after the session ends, maybe in about half an hour, put a post in which I'll answer all the questions that we have. Thank you, Neha, also for all the support today. It was wonderful to have you and all the audience members for attending. These three tall, dark guys that were chasing me in Paris after I had taken the medicine were coming behind me to give back the euros that I had forgotten in the medicine shop. And the thing that he took out from his pocket was the 2 euros note that he had in his hand. He returned that to me. Although I was damn scared, but when he gave that back to me, I smiled and thanked him. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for attending the session today. It's been a pleasure. And hope to see you next Saturday, 12 o'clock for a enthralling session again. Thank you very much.
thank you, Debojit.
Thank you, sir.